Hey friend, George Acker here at Renovator Ministries. I'm on location just finishing up a spiritual direction meeting with one of my directees, and I was thinking I'm just about ready to post a brand new segment on our series, The Character of Christ, and it's going to be called Humility. But before I go there, I want to make sure that you've taken a look at the installment on compassion. You know, that was driven by Luke 18. One night about 6 weeks ago, we had a Lectio Divina group going, and that passage just moved us all almost to our face. It was so powerful. And then once you get into the blog, you'll see that God woke me up one night and showed me some things about that passage. Maybe you remember there in that passage that Jesus was coming into Jericho, and there was a blind man sitting in front of the temple, and the people that was with Jesus saw him there and told the guy to get out of the way. Jesus was coming through. But Jesus said, whoa, he wouldn't have any part of that. And he said, wait a minute, I want to talk to this guy. And he said to him, what can I do for you? And the guy said, I want to see. And obviously he healed him. And the word around town was just what a miraculous and wonderful God we do have. But when God woke me up the other night, he showed me there was that passage has three kinds of folks who are hanging around the church today, and he loves them all. This is not a criticism of them, but he wants them all to move to this third level that I'll talk about in just a second. He showed me that the first people are the photo op people. The people that were coming to Jericho with Jesus and say, hey, dude, get out of the way. We're with Jesus. All they want is a photo op with Jesus. And maybe, that'll work for them. Maybe they'll go to heaven. Maybe they'll get saved because they touched him or they were with him. Okay? But if you really ask them, it'd be a crapshoot if they were going to get saved. And then there's this second kind of folks who are always asking Jesus for their wants, not their needs. They treat Jesus like he's a genie in a lamp, and they rub him, hoping that they'll get what they want. And when they don't get their wants, they become very disillusioned and kind of fade away and say, hey, this Jesus did not give me what I wanted. But then there's the third kind of folks who ask us the same question that the beggar asked. I just want to see. But what do they want to see in this day and age? They want to see what Jesus wants of them. They want to do his will. They want to hear his voice. And they want to be obedient. And they don't move forward unless they hear from him and are continually working in his will and acting in his will and staying in his presence. What God spoke to me that night was just incredible. And I hope before we move on to the next installment on humility, that you'll stop by and take a good look at that installment that the Lord gave me on compassion and comment on it. It's very relevant and it's very meaningful. Until next time, dwell richly and deeply, my friend, in Jesus.